So good morning from Lviv. It's day 3. Gonna have a sort of fairly relaxing day today. I've got my camera with me, but might try something a little different. I've not taken the longer lens with me today, so I'm going to try and capture glimpses of Lviv using just wide-angled and standard lenses. So challenging myself a little bit more, but not too much. We're both quite tired now. We've done quite a lot of walking around, and today we're going to go to parts of the cities that we haven't been to yet. So before we head out and have a coffee in the famous Lviv coffee mine, we're actually in the terrace area at the moment, which is really nice. It's not warm, it's about 17 degrees, but it's really humid at 90%. It's a bit of a sweaty old day, which is quite a surprise considering we're close to the mountains. It's only a long way from the sea. So this morning's trip out to do photography was largely unsuccessful, mainly because it was a bit of a sort of grey morning, and mainly also because I have a bit of a bad leg and I was finding it difficult to walk. My leg's quite a bit better this evening, and we have an absolutely gorgeous sunny evening, so we're just going to have a little wander around, and I'm going to try and continue this theme of glimpses of Lviv using a wider or standard zoom lens rather than the telephoto that I have been using. The first shot this evening, sort of a simple shot, just through these trees here, looking down the street, focusing on the leaves, the beautifully backlit leaves, and allowing the frenetic background to be a little bit out of focus, but so you're quite aware of what it is. I'm actually going to quickly go and shoot it as this tram comes up the hill. This shot is a classic example of photographers needing to look up when they're walking the streets. I just really like the juxtaposition of the beautiful flower boxes, the modern satellite dishes on this fairly old, I'm guessing, Soviet-style building, and it's a very interesting juxtaposition. Got some gorgeous light here, and I've just taken a shot of this lovely old door with the light on the actual street sign there. It should come out quite nicely. This is actually the street that we're on. It's just outside the old town in an area called Old Market. And it's a gorgeous old cobbled narrow street, and the setting sun at the moment, the light is absolutely beautiful for some shots of these old buildings. Another really nice shot here of these flowers, and just taking that particular flower top left and framing it so that the background is this beautiful old street. Okay, this behind me is the monument to the Heavenly 100, and that's not specifically a Lviv thing, but if you know your Ukrainian history, the Heavenly 100 are the 100 or so Ukrainians that died during the Maidan uprising in 2013 and 2014. Pretty much any major Ukrainian city has some sort of memorial to the Heavenly 100, but this one looks rather spectacular, and it's a beautiful sort of outlook overlooking the old town of Lviv. So we're just heading up there right now. I think with the setting sun up here, I might switch back to the long lens, because I think there could be some quite spectacular silhouette style shots that we can shoot up here. So we've just been up on the monument to the Heavenly Hundreds doing some photography up there as the sun set. minutes, and we're now heading back down to the Old Town and to Rynok Square, where we're going to go to a Ukrainian nationalist bar, and you have to know the secret password to get in. If you stay to the end of this series, I might give you that password. Okay, see you later. Good morning from Lviv. This morning we're taking coffee in another one of Lviv's iconic coffee locations, Rynok. Beautiful location in an old building, and it's an Armenian cafe, and so there's lots of Armenian brandies to supplement the coffees and cakes that are available here. Beautiful little place, and I've ordered the Rynok premium coffee, which will be a black coffee straight from the bean. So the coffee's arrived, my Vilma premium, and we've also got a couple of liqueurs, which is probably not the best thing for 10 o'clock in the morning, but we'll give it a go anyway. So we're going to try these liqueurs before we have the coffee. This is a lemon liqueur. We'll give that a go. Yeah, that certainly wakes you up at 10 o'clock in the morning. And the other one we have is a chocolate liqueur, so let's give that a little go. Yeah, that's like drinking Bourneville chocolate with whiskey in it. You can quite get used to that. And this is the Vilma premium coffee, which, as you can see, is very, very thick, almost like a Turkish style coffee, very sort of traditional Middle Eastern style coffee, and brewed in the same way. And let's give that a little go. Oh yeah, that's certainly going to kick you awake in the morning as well. So between the coffees and the liqueurs, I think you'll be buzzing for most of the day. For a couple of days anyway. We're off to Truskovitz tomorrow morning, but today we're just wandering around the city. I've not even taken my main Fuji cameras with me. I'm actually just filming and photographing with this little Osmo Action, and also I've got my iPhone 11 Pro. Sometimes it's nice to get away from carrying a bigger camera and just using a small iPhone or a smartphone with a decent camera and just shooting whatever you want to shoot. Shot I've just taken is this balcony behind, and we're in a lovely old street just in an area outside of the main city centre, and there's lots of fascinating old architecture here. To turn their noses up at smartphone photography, but I've always had an open mind about the cameras that I carry with me, and if I see something like this in a deserted old street and I haven't got my Fuji or any other camera with me, it goes on the smartphone. They're perfectly good enough for taking great shots. This wonderful old car as was given loads of photographic opportunities just using the iPhone 11 Pro, using the portrait mode. You don't have to photograph people to use the portrait mode. Using it gives you that shallow depth of field if you want to get that sort of effect, and get some really nice pictures. Lovely old car. I think it's still in use. It's a little bit beaten and battered, but looks like it's still being driven around. So nice little location just outside the centre of Lviv. This is one of the advantages of taking a holistic route when you're out taking your photographs. Literally just taking a road or an alleyway or a pathway because it looks interesting, and just ending up wherever you end up. You can always find your own way back with Google Maps very simply. And so here we've just found a really nice viewpoint. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and even better, a subscription. If you want to stay up to date when we publish new videos, ring the notifications bell. See you all again soon.